What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and I finally had a couple weeks to spend with my new 6s Plus, so I wanted to give you my personal review of this gargantuan monster phone. I've already covered everything from details, specs, and even the iPhone 6s, but as my personal device, the iPhone 6s Plus is something special. It has a larger display, but there's a lot more to it than just the display. There's a lot differentiating it from the 6s, and I wanted to cover that in my personal experience using this larger phone. So I wanted to give you a little bit of info where I'm coming from when it comes to larger phones. The jump in screen size from the 4S to the 5 was pretty crazy for Apple, but then to go from the 5S to 6 and then even release a 6 Plus, I wonder why they did that. The Note series comes to mind. But anyways, I came from a 5S straight to the iPhone 6 Plus originally. I mean, that screen size was massive for me. How did I justify it? Well, I picked up the new iPhone 6 Plus and it was perfect. I never really expected a phablet to be so great. Apple took something that Note already had for a while, but they refined it and made it very user-friendly. I gotta tell you, it's not a very easy phone to hold though. I mean, the curved edges, especially compared to the iPhone 6s, make this thing really difficult to use with one hand. I constantly find myself shifting it in my wrist, and it can be really annoying trying to use it with one hand. But when you do have two hands on this device, oh man, the display is awesome. The extra real estate, man, especially when it comes to games, to entertainment, to watching things, you're really gonna notice it. It's more immersive, and the display is gorgeous on this thing. It's a lot sharper, so you'll have a sharper resolution, 401 pixels per inch versus 326 of the 6s. So not only is the screen size bigger, it's also a sharper display as a result. Now when it comes to screen quality, the contrast ratio is like 6-7% worse on the 6s Plus, but it's not even noticeable in day-to-day usage. Both screens are beautiful, but because the 6s is larger, personally, coming from a 5s, I mean, that was just a massive difference. Everything is bigger, you can see more, especially when browsing on Safari. That's a big difference that I noticed is, it captures the pages a lot better. You can almost browse in desktop view comfortably in landscape mode. And I absolutely love that Apple took advantage of that larger screen. So they actually built software for it specifically, so you can actually rotate to landscape on the home screen, as well as within some of the applications, you'll get panes like this, very iPad-esque. So you can take advantage of that larger display. Menus are a lot easier to navigate like this, and it's not everywhere, sadly. I wish Apple would take it even further, but in some applications you can see that optimization. So yes, the larger display is nice, but is it for you personally? I'm not trying to push you towards the larger display. I'm just saying give it a chance. Go to the Apple Store, try it out, because I was surprised. I didn't expect to like it. I originally ordered a 6 and 6 Plus because I was expecting not to like the 6 Plus and use it as my personal device, but it surprised me so much. So same thing with the 6S and 6S Plus, give the larger one a chance. Now, a side effect of having such a large display was that I no longer used my iPad mini. So many people are reporting this. The screen isn't anywhere near as big, but just having a larger display on your phone, it kind of removes the need for a device in between a full-size iPad and a mini iPad. And like I said, the 6S Plus can really be a pain to use with one hand, whereas the 6S with one hand, it's so easy to use, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Not only is the 6S Plus thicker, it's just harder to wrap your hand around, so definitely use a case with the 6S Plus. And notice how reachability is a little bit different on these because of the screen sizes. 6S Plus will pull it way further down than the 6S. So one of the major reasons I love the 6S Plus is because of the battery life. It is so good. I mean, coming from a 6 to 6 Plus, there's a massive difference. And that difference is still there on the 6S and 6S Plus. You'll never have to worry about charging midday if you're a heavy phone user. You get between 30 to 40% more battery life using a 6S Plus. The low power mode definitely helps, but man, it is so good. I love not having to worry about battery life, but still getting the full experience. And I actually wanted to mention a couple of things that I don't like. Something that not a lot of people talk about is performance between the 6S and 6S Plus. So the iPhone 6S Plus will often stutter where the 6S doesn't. I don't know why that is. Using both of them, that's definitely a negative I've noticed. And because you're powering a larger display with more pixels with the same processing power, sometimes you'll see a dip in performance where the iPhone 6S would not see that dip. chip, and that's most commonly seen in gaming or very intensive applications. So it's not a very big deal, but sometimes if you really need every little bit of power, the iPhone 6s will do just a little bit better. Another thing is not all apps are optimized for the resolution of the 6s Plus. So the 6s, I mean, most applications are optimized for it, but the 6s Plus has a higher resolution and not all apps convey that. Another thing I love about my 6s Plus is the camera. I mean, Galaxies have it well, the iPhone 6s is great, but the 6s Plus is just a step above because of video image stabilization. I mean, the quality is good alone, but when you're moving, you're going to notice a lot of that judder. With the 6s Plus, it makes life a little bit easier because you don't notice it as much. I mean, not only do you have a little motor balancing, you also use digital video stabilization as well, so those paired together make for some pretty great footage when moving. And notice it doesn't work very well in 4K. You're going to have to be using a lower resolution in order for it to take effect, but I am very happy with the 6s Plus camera. I mean, it's my favorite phone. Why wouldn't I love to have a better camera on it? So there's a lot I love about my iPhone 6s Plus. It's far from a perfect phone. There's a lot of negatives to it, and I'm comparing it to the 6s because that's the choice a lot of you guys are going to be making when deciding between these. So the iPhone 6s Plus has quite a bit to offer for only a $100 difference. I mean, that $100 gets you quite a bit. Not only do you get that larger display, you get video image stabilization, a much better battery. Imagine a world where you don't have to worry about finding a charger midday. The speaker is slightly better, although this thing does heat up a little bit more than the regular iPhone 6s. The display is sharper, and there's custom optimized software to take advantage of that display. Although this is my daily phone, there's a lot about it that I don't like, a lot of places that Apple could improve. Now, that's not even mentioning the whole chipgate issue. So I'm actually going to be posting a video very soon about this. A lot of the phones between the 6s and 6s Plus will come with Samsung processors or TSMC sourced processors, and you'll get different battery performance depending on which chip you get. So I was very unhappy to learn about that. My personal phone has a Samsung processor, so I'm testing that right now. But overall, the pros outweigh the cons for this guy, and that massive display makes up for any issue I have with it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully with this video I gave you a little idea about why the iPhone 6s Plus is so special for me, why I choose it over the iPhone 6s. It has a lot of great things going for it with some mild tweaks and optimizations. Hopefully it will get better with time, better one-handed operation. Reachability just doesn't cut it. Hopefully Apple can improve that, and this phone will really be a great daily driver. And if you're on the fence about the iPhone 6s Plus, don't be. It's a great phone. I do have some issues with it, but man, this thing really is the best phone I personally ever used. Samsung has a lot of great things to offer, but this thing is just so well optimized. I love how simple it is. I mean, it's simple, but complex if you want it to be at the same time. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Hope I helped you make that choice between the iPhone 6s Plus and iPhone 6s. Throw me a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more great content, and enjoy your iPhone. Peace.